Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy DLloyd. So a week ago, when asked, Isaiah Thomas says he is not a six-man and he won't be a six-man going forward. Then a few days ago on Twitter, he talked about the possibilities of going back to Boston, which I do not think will happen, but he did bring up that anything can happen and that is still an option. But then he also took to Twitter last night and talked about how much he likes it in LA. He says, I like it here. I like the situation I'm in, the system, and the coaching staff. The organization's been great to me. If things work out, I would love to be here. You just never know with free agency. You got to keep your options open. I have no complaints here ever since I stepped foot and put on a Laker uniform. So that is what he said. And Isaiah Thomas does look like he is happy playing in LA, but we do know he wants to get paid, and we also know he wants to be a future MVP. And in order to do that, you need to go to the right system. But is it probably the best move for Isaiah Thomas to maybe stay with the Los Angeles Lakers? Now, the reason I say that is Isaiah Thomas, he is a magnificent offensive player. This guy can get buckets with just about any team in any system, but he needs the best system in order to fully thrive as a player. Yes, he has been struggling from the floor, and you can see Isaiah Thomas is still not the same Isaiah Thomas of last season. You could tell that hip isn't 100% healthy, but he's been struggling, been shooting only 37% from the field and only 33% from the three-point line. But even with all of that said, he's averaging just under 16 points a game and 5 assists for the Los Angeles Lakers this year. And with all that, only one game he actually started. He came off the bench for 15, started only one game, and he's still putting up crazy numbers. So it might be a good decision maybe to stay with the Lakers in a backup role, and I definitely think he could excel in that type of role. Coming off the bench, you are clearly the leader. You don't have to pass the ball to really anybody unless they are just blatantly wide open, and you can score a lot of points, especially if the Lakers decide to skip on LeBron James. Of course, they're not going to skip on him, but if LeBron James stays in Cleveland or he decides to go to another team, the Lakers could actually go after Paul George. Like I said, I think it's a smarter deal. Re-sign Julius Randle, and then you can now sign Isaiah Thomas. You can maybe make it a 1 or 2 year deal or a 1 year deal with an option, but you have a potent scorer coming off of your bench that is definitely useful. And a lot of teams will love having a six-man who can score easily 20 points per game, and I think Isaiah Thomas can do that even coming off the bench. I think this guy can still give you 20 points a game if you give him between 25 to 30 plus minutes per night. But I think is actually something to think about if you are Isaiah Thomas. Maybe you do stay in LA and you just take a backup role and you really just flourish in that role. I think he will fit in good. I think the system definitely benefits him, and I think it's overall a good suggestion. But you guys, let me know how you guys feel about that in the comment section below. If you are Isaiah Thomas, do you even think about staying in LA if that means you do come off the bench, or are you trying to win an MVP and go to another team? And let me know what system and what team do you think might be the best fit for a player like Isaiah Thomas in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.